Hello and welcome to another episode of Glory of Golden State Gaming. I'm your host, SwampSwimmer. I'm your host, SwampSwimmer, and with me, as always, the Woody to my Buzz Lightyear, Vespasian.
Nice. Hi, everybody. That's a good one.
So it's been a small little break in battle reports here, but we're back. I'm a big fan of Disney Plus and all the shows that are going on there, and they just released the new show called Star Wars Visions, which is Star Wars stories, all done by Japanese animation studios.
Cool.
And each
Wow,
episode's like
good.
each episode's like 15 minutes long, and they're all completely different stories. I've watched 3 so far, and 1 was really good, and 2 were like just okay. I'm stoked about it. I think it's going to be really, really cool once I have time to get into watching all of them.
Awesome.
I don't have a question for you. Any new shows in your life?
Well, this might change some people's perception of me a little bit, but I'm really excited that they just released a new season of the Great British Baking Show on Netflix. I love that show.
That is amazing news.
The email just came out.
Jen and I love that show also.
Oh man.
As a matter of fact, Jen was just asking me like a little while ago, like, man, when's the next season of Great British Baking Show coming out? So that's good news. Is it released already, or when does it come out?
I think I'll have to double check it. It was like the last thing I looked at before I fell asleep last night, and I think it said that it was out as of yesterday. So I'm gonna check when I have some time later. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, that's some good news. But yeah. Let's get into the battle report, if you don't mind. So we finished out with SoCal Joust. I am putting my Saurian Ancient Skink Madness to the side for right now. And I am moving on to my Beast Herds. These next couple battle reports are just practice games, warm-up games for me to go to Infernal Zoo, which is in about a little over a week from now. And that's the tournament run by Alex in Davis, California, which is focused on monsters or gigantic models. It's going to be really cool. We'll get into that later. We'll have battle reports. These are my warm-up games. Let me introduce you to... Not this. Well, I played Luke, Luke and I are the only 2 9th Age players that I know of in the city of San Francisco. If anyone is watching this in the city of San Francisco and they want to play 9th Age, get in contact with me. We want to play with you. But we had a quick practice game. He was playing Ogre Cons. We're playing in Circle and Capture the Flags. I really want to talk about my list here. So I'm going with the beefed up Minnow Warlord with Destiny's Call, Blessed Inscriptions, Crown of Horns, and Potion of Swiftness. So hopefully he can always swing before whatever he's fighting. Minnow Chieftain, BSB with the Greater Totem Bearer, Aether Icon, and Obsidian Rock. So him and the unit he's in has MR3. And this is a little bit different build. He's got Wild Form, which is to either every round of combat either give +1 strength and -1 toughness, or +1 toughness, -1 strength. And he's also got Super Dex, so he's swinging a little faster and easier. Got 1 Soothsayer Adept on Shamanism with Dark Rain, which actually didn't matter this game because he doesn't have any shooting. And then a Soothsayer Apprentice with Evocation and the Book of Arcane Mastery. The reason why I do this is because I really like Spectral Blades, boosted Spectral Blades on my core, which is 2 large units of Wild Horns with paired weapons and the Blooded Horn Totem. The Banner of the Wild Herd. It's a really great to put that on these units because of the number of attacks. Then I've got 6 Minnows with Banner of Speed and Blackwing Totem, 5 Centaurs with a Musician, 5 Centaurs with a Musician, 5 Gargoyles, and 2 Beast Giants with Uprooted Trees. Basically, the whole concept behind this list is naturally I'm really good with hitting with a lot of attacks. That's like what I do well. And then my magic is purely focused on wounding and getting through armor. That's the
Okay.
plan. What do you think?
Makes sense. I mean, I think that there's a lot of beef, if you'll excuse the expression for beast herds. A lot of beef to get through here. Got some nasty target priority for people because you got to start working down the wildhorn herds, but then you've got a super nasty Mino brick coming at you. I think we've talked back and forth a little bit about this magic build. It's obviously it's hard for beast herds without the druid master, right? Because they can get damaged so easily.
Yeah.
But I think you got a lot of different elements, and it can definitely give some people big target priority issues. Also, just tough to shift, those huge blocks with the right buffs on them off of objectives and things like that. So I think it's got a good concept, and you've played sort of variations of it for most of the year. So good practice. So you made some tweaks before Zoo, right?
Yeah. I made some tweaks. There's some changes in the list, some small changes. It's pretty close to that, but it's small changes. Luke is playing Ogre Cons. He's got the Con BSB with Cult Leader, Essence of Mithril, and Pennant of the Great Grass Sky. He's got a Mammoth Hunter with Dragonfire Gem, Wrestler's Belt. Hold on, my camera is deciding. There we go. And then a Shamanism General Gut Roar Master Liger's Tongue Ritual Bloodletter, which gets the extra void tokens. He's got a block of 8 Bruisers. He's got a block of Iron Fists. He's got I'm sorry. Block of Bruisers, block of Tribesmen, and a stick of Bright Tribesmen. Then he's got 2 big blocks of Mercenary Vets, which are pretty scary. 2 Saber-Tooth Tigers and a Rock-a-Rock.
Okay, not a subtle list. I think this is similar in some ways to what Luke brought to the Joust recently, right? So because this is a little while.
He likes the double big block of Merc Vets.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like missing is I think the Frost Mammoth combos super well with those guys because it creates opportunities for him to go first. But otherwise, kind of smash in your face Ogre's list, with Shamanism to screw up gun lines that are trying to shoot you down on the way in. I think it makes sense at a high level. Yeah, should be an interesting match. You guys are gonna mix it up.
So I got my totems, and from Shamanism I take Awaken the Beast and Savage Fury. Because really, he doesn't have any shooting in this list for me to stop, so I'm just going to take Savage Fury. Afterwards, I definitely regretted this choice. I need to get used to taking Swarm of Insects, because I need at least one spell that is a Reach Out and Touch You spell. All my combat buffs, and I have no shooting, so I need to focus on that next time around. Let's see here. Notice my beautifully unpainted army. It's not going to get any better before the tournament, so don't expect anything. But I've got the big block here with the Evo Soothsayer in it. This is my big block of Minotaurs with my 2 characters in it. A giant, gargoyles, centaurs. Behind them is the other block of Wildhorns with the Shamanism Wizard in it. Giant centaurs. On his side, from left to right, he's got the Rock-a-Rock. He's got, I think these are the Merc Vets, then the Tribesmen, then the Bruisers, with the kitty in the middle there, and then off to the right is his other unit of Merc Vets, and then way on the far right is his Tribesman stick. Characters, I think he has one character here. This is his Wizard General. His BSB is, gosh, I don't know where his BSB is, but then his Mammoth Hunter is right there in front of the Merc Vets. Okay. So yeah, that's his deployment. I I'm trying to remember how we dropped, and if yeah, and I got first turn.
Remind me on objective. Sorry.
Is capture the flags.
Capture the flags. Got it. Okay.
Well, I think I dropped to go first. I realized I could corner here, so that's what I did.
Did you make the centaurs drunk, or?
Yeah, I always make the centaurs drunk, and I always make the giants drunk also. Because I really don't need the vanguard with this list. I mean, it could be good, but they're so susceptible to running away.
Yeah, it might be worth considering just in capture, right? Because then they become scoring units, and that could be the one exception.
No, it actually marks this out with the drunk rule. If they're always in capture the flags, they always count as scoring units.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, well then never mind. All right. So capture, yeah. I mean, it seems like you're sort of trying to push the left flank, while kind of having some flexible mobile pieces on the right to kind of harry and adjust his advance, basically, and sort of try to bring the full force of one of your units.
I was trying to adjust to this impassable terrain here. So I decided to push everything on the left side, and if I'm on the left side of this impassable, I might as well be kind of cornered a little bit. So that's why I went this way.
Okay, makes sense.
On my movement phase, actually no, that's after his. This is my movement phase, yeah. His movement phase, he vanguards up with the Mammoth Hunter on the left here. I kind of stay where I am and kind of reshuffle a little bit, but nothing crazy. Because I'm in no rush to get in combat with him. I don't want to give him any charges. Oh no. I think I'm missing some images here, but this goes to his turn, bottom of one. He gets Break the Spirit off on me, on my minnows. Jeez. Well, I missed a bunch of pictures. This is on to turn 2. He pushes up with his Merc Vets here. I decide to go for a double charge with the Centaurs and the Giant into them. I mean, looking back now, I don't think that's a great charge, but I thought if I made both in, I could corner the Giant and then just do a bunch of damage to them. And then if he kills off 5 Centaurs, I'm okay with it. I make it in only with the Centaurs. I throw the other Centaurs up to chaff the Bruisers. And then everyone else kind of stays where they are. I don't go for any charges because I've got Break the Spirit on my general. Yeah.
Okay. Were they both long charges, or like were you likely to fail with the Giant, or was it kind of middle of the road?
It was middle of the road. I think it was like a 6 or a 7, or maybe a 5 or a 6. It wasn't that far away.
Okay.
I get Blackwing Totem off on my Minotaurs, so next turn I can hopefully do a long bomb charge with them. So obviously I kill one Merc Vet, but they just destroy my Centaurs very easily.
Yep.
In the magic phase, he gets off Totem, and he puts it out here behind my Wild Horns, and he breath weapons them. So that's why there's a few are dead on the left here. And he looks like he gets off Waken the Beast on the big guys, on the Bruisers.
Okay.
So my turn, I charge. Luckily, I have the gargoyles facing to the left, so I charge the totemic summon with the gargoyles, which I think is a good fight. Strength 4 on the charge. I'm gonna do some damage. Hopefully I can kill him because he's only got 3 wounds.
Right.
All right. So in the center, he had put up his Merc Vet unit pretty close, and I double charge them, and he flees. Oh no! This is what he threw. Oh, this is what happened. The saber-tooth tiger he put in front of my minnow block, but he didn't realize he left a charge for my giant onto him, and the saber-tooth wasn't within range of the general for leadership, so it fled to a terror charge. And then since he did that, he had pushed up his merc vets and his mammoth hunter up close, and because of that, he fled with both of them. He didn't want to take a charge from the minotaurs.
Got it. Okay.
I decided to go all in on these merc vets with my giant. I don't think that's the right choice, but I'm going for it.
Do you strike first or second?
Second. First, I mean first. Because they're only agility 3, merc vets.
Okay, yep.
I reposition everyone here. The big blocks kind of turn around a little bit. They turn to face what's going to happen next after the giant. So I know I'm not going to kill the merc vet block. And yeah, the gargoyles kill the totemic summon, which is pretty cool.
Did you run off the board, or?
I don't think they did. I don't know why they aren't there. Maybe, I think they turned to reform, it's just not in the camera picture. But okay. I get Blooded Horn off on this unit. There they are. And then I get Blooded Horn off on them also. So they have an additional attack, and they're I wanted the additional attack. I need more attacks on the totemic summon.
Yep.
The +1 strength would help too, but he was too far away to cast it on them. And I also get a Awaken the Beast +1 +1 strength on a giant, which is really nice. So he strikes 6 now. Strikes 7 on the charge. Here, I don't kill him, but I stick. I thought I was going to win there, but here I do a bunch of damage, he does a bunch of damage to me, and we stick, which is nice.
Okay. Yeah.
In his magic phase, he gets... I'm missing a lot of pictures for this. I'm sorry, folks. But he gets Break the Spirit off on my block on the left. And he gets Awaken the Beast on these guys. He also charges the flank of the giant with the tribesman stick. Yeah. And he kills the giant.
Okay.
I did a lot of damage to the merc vets, which is nice. So back to the table here. I throw the giant up to chaff the bruisers. Hold on 1 second. The camera is just not happy. There we go. I'm still fighting it out with the totemic summon down here, but we're being very cagey. We're not getting into combat a whole lot.
Yeah, weird outcome for 2 lists like this. I was expecting more smash space.
He gets Break the Spirit off on this unit again. I end up killing the totemic summon with the gargoyles, which I think they should win out overall. This is my other gargoyle unit charge, the
kitty.
The kitty that had fled, so it kills that guy. I kill something in the front here. I don't remember. There we go. So on his turn, he charges with the bruisers and kills the giant, and then turns the face over here. And he throws the regular tribesman unit in front of the minotaurs. This chaff. Oh, he doesn't kill the giant. I run, but I outrun him. Ends up here. Looks like I did like no wounds to him. Wow. Oh no, did I? I don't remember. I think that's what happened. I rallied the giant. I go in with the wild horns into the bruisers and take a few wounds from the DTs, but that's okay. And I go into the tribesmen in front of me here.
Okay. Is that your forest?
I don't have the forest.
Oh, you didn't take it. Oh, okay.
No.
Got it. All right, big turn. Here's where it all comes down.
And I also throw the chaff to chaff his other Mercvet unit and the Rock here, because I didn't want them coming into my middle block with a recharge, the counter charge.
Yep.
Magic phase, I get Awaken the Beast off on them. So they are, and I'm going to pop my +1 strength banner, so they end up being strength 5, which is nice. That's what happens. I kill 1, 2, 4, 5 bases, so I do 15 wounds.
Was that his shaman in that unit, or no?
What?
Is that his shaman in the middle of that unit?
Yes.
So you took him out too. Wow. Okay.
No, he's still there.
And they had Children of Umi. Oh, yes. They had Children of Umi off too. Wow.
I'm telling you, these Wildhorn units, when you get the right buffs off with magic, they're really blenders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I break them, but I roll 1 inch less than them I don't catch them, which is very sad. Of course, the Minotaurs just destroy the Iceman in the center. So in his turn, he countercharges with the Mercvets into the rear of this Wildhorn unit, which I'm okay with. I'm probably going to stick. And his Tribesmen are running for some reason. And they keep running. I don't remember why they ran away. Takes the charge into the Gargoyles with his Rock. He gets Children of Umi off on his Mercvets that are in the rear of my Wildhorns. And he gets Break the Spirit off on my big block again. So that magic phase, the Shamanism magic phase with Children of Umi is so strong. They're like all spells you need to stop every turn.
Yeah.
So he does a bunch of damage. I do decent damage back to him, but I end up sticking because I'm steadfast.
Okay.
Yeah. Over here, I think. Oh, and then he puts his Mammoth Hunter in front of my minnow block again to chaff them.
An expensive piece of chaff.
Yeah, really. The Wildhorns that are fighting I think I failed the turnaround roll, but I get Spectral Blades off of them and Blooded Horns, so they're extra attacks and re-rolling to wounds, which is really nice. And I wipe the rest of the Mercvets.
Woof. Okay. It's feeding that unit points. Wow.
And it looks like I think my Minotaurs also kill his Mammoth Hunter, which is expected. And then in his turn, I think this is the last turn, he charges in just his characters into the Wildhorns here. Because he didn't want to give up the secondary for killing the Bruisers here. So he throws in his BSB and his General into this unit. He does a bunch of damage. I swing back and I think I do 2 or 3 wounds. We end up sticking there. And I think at the end of the game I kill one of the characters and the other one survives. But we don't end up running away, which is nice. So if I remember correctly, he got both my Centaur units for the secondary. And I got the Tribesman block and the Mercvet unit. So I think we tie on secondary. And then his Tribesman stick rallies on the way far right side of the board.
Okay.
But ends up giving me 12 points.
Okay.
Kind of interesting.
That seems reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was a good test for my list. You can see the firepower in my list. Honestly, I think it was a good matchup for me because he didn't have the Frost Mammoth, and I was like, oh, when I charged, I was always swinging first, which was really nice. And we actually talked about that at the end of the game. I said I think you should really have a Frost Mammoth in this list because it works well with the Merc Vets. And I think I don't know, I haven't checked his list yet for Infernal Zoo, but I think he did switch that out. But yeah, I'm really happy with this list. I'm gonna make a few tweaks. I'm not in love with the centaurs, the naked centaurs as chaff pieces. So in the next list I try out, I shave some of the extra points, or I take out Dark Rain, I take out a few other things, and I add in 2 naked Longhorn ambushing units, and upgrade, and then drop one of the Centaur units, and the other Centaur unit I upgrade to give it pair weapons.
Okay. A little hittier.
Yeah. What do you think?
Okay. I think that the ambush with beast herds is really strong, especially because your list can probably struggle with heavy gunline skews, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a nice add because it kind of constrains and restricts the way that your opponent can deploy in those types of matchups. Yeah, I think I tend to like the centaurs for lances for that kind of heavy strength zoning threat, but I think you've got plenty of ways to wound stuff, so I guess maybe it's not that necessary. So
that was my thought process.
Focused.
That was my thought process behind the centaurs and also the giants having the uprooted tree. I don't care about wounding, I care about hitting. And then if I'm up against armor, then I can throw boosted spectral blades, or I could throw blooded horn totem on the giants, and then they're really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, this is the beginning of my road to Infernal Zoo 2021. If you're still watching, please like and subscribe. Vespasian, thank you as always, and everyone have a good evening.
Take care, everybody.